Top of the morning, beautiful people. Get my microphone set up so we can rock and roll. Come on in, pull up a seat. Hang out for a little bit of morning inspiration. Yo, this playlist, I'm telling you, it's crazy. I have to put y'all down with this playlist. All right, here we go. Need to get a new microphone. Or an additional microphone. Anyway, this one right here. All right, we about to rock and roll on this morning. We got the stream popping. We over here. All right, so we're streaming over there on YouTube, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that on Facebook and stuff. Teresa, good morning. Good morning. Hope you're feeling wonderful this morning. Happy Friday and all that good stuff. Come on in, pull up a chair. We're gonna vibe a little bit this morning. We're gonna talk about the juice is worth the squeeze. That's what we're gonna talk about this morning. The juice is worth the squeeze. That's our subject for this morning. If you're already in here and you received the invite, it's just me. It's just double line. That's all. Don't even worry about it. Just pull up a chair. Let's vibe a little bit. Let's have a good time. Spread some. Thank you. Appreciate that. I love it. I found it at like Ross like 10 years ago for like $20. Love it, love it, love it. Appreciate it. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for tapping in. Pull up a chair. This is what we're going to talk about this morning. I just want to bring a little bit of encouragement. The juice is worth the squeeze. That's what we're going to talk about this morning. The juice is worth the squeeze. Come on in, pull up a chair. Invite a friend or 10. Let's get the vibe going. I'm telling y'all gotta get down with this playlist. So when I work, I can't have lyrics. I can't have words in the music. And so I used to listen. Well, sometimes it's like smooth jazz. Sometimes it's I have some hip hop playlists. Like a 90s playlist, a 2000, whatever, from different eras. Just the instrumentals. But I found this one. I'm telling y'all, I keep telling everybody. You want to grab it. Well, I use Spotify. I don't know what you use, but I'm sure it's everywhere. And just sometimes it has me feeling like I'm a rapper, like I'm about to start. I'm not though. I could if I wanted to though. Anyway, the juice is worth the squeeze. That's what we're going to talk about this morning. Oh, you know what? I need to share this on the other sites. Invite a friend or 10. Start tapping the screen so TikTok can get some more people in the room. I appreciate y'all. Let's see here. All right. Had to copy the link so I can share this in a few places. The juice is worth the squeeze. That's what we're talking about this morning. SJ, what's popping? If I didn't acknowledge you, it's just because I didn't see you pop up. But good morning to everyone. Happy Friday and all that beautiful stuff. Let's see here. Let me get this posted on other pages. Boom, boom. There we go. And on this one as well. The juice is worth the squeeze. I promise y'all, just give me a second. We just going to vibe this morning. SJ told me, he said, we were talking about, that's so funny. All right, I shared it there. And one more place to share it, then we're going to vibe. While I'm sharing it, I'm going to share this with you. So I've been doing this for a long time, right? And I love encouraging people, inspiring people. I love teaching life lessons, we'll call it that. And I like taking concepts that are complicated and really, just convoluted and goofy and just that seem to be over the top. And I like to simplify things. And I like to really set myself and everyone I'm connected to up for success. And so a lot of times I'll take a subject and I'll break it down and break it down and dig and dig and dig and unpack and unpack and dig and dig and dig. And, sometimes it means I'm speaking for a long time, and that's okay too. And SJ was like, all right, sometimes we just need you to bring it. We don't need the professor, right? You don't need to be in professor mode all the time. So today I just want to bring some encouragement. I just want to remind you of what you know or you knew once upon a time. And I just want to encourage you on this morning. Encourage us, because I need encouragement as well. I won't pretend that I'm exempt, that I don't have challenging times, challenging days. So in that spirit, we're going to get started. What I'm doing now is we're getting this out in front of some more people. So we're streaming on what's this thing called? YouTube and Facebook. And I'm letting Insta know that we're vibing. Why am I doing that? Because if we were doing something negative, it would be everywhere. Negativity is loud. So we got to get louder with the positivity. So let's get it popping live now. Whoops. Love now, but live is what I wanted to say. Live right now. All right. Got that posted. All right, let's turn the tunes off before I start rhyming. All right, what up? What's popping, beautiful people? Happy Friday. Good morning. Come on in, pull up a chair, and hang out with me for a few minutes. I feel like I'm yelling. That's okay, though. Yelling is fine. Yes, thanks for the likes. Let's get it popping. Thanks for the shares. Invite a friend or 10 to come on in. We're going to talk about the juice is worth the squeeze. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate you coming to hang out with me for a few minutes here. So what does that even mean? The juice is worth the squeeze. What is that? Hey, thanks for tapping in. Good morning over there in YouTube land. So the juice is worth the squeeze. That's what I wanted to talk about this morning. What's that even mean? Or what did I feel when I looked at that? I'm worth it, right? Worth it. I wanted to talk about worthiness because there's like an epidemic of people who are walking around feeling unworthy. So many of us right now are going throughout our day feeling unworthy, feeling less than, feeling like we don't deserve to be happy. We don't deserve to be successful. We don't deserve to bring our potential to the surface. We don't deserve to be the best versions of ourselves. And people aren't declaring that. We're not standing up and saying, hello, I'm not worthy. I don't deserve it. But our thoughts, the way we speak, and the actions that we take, they tell a story. They tell a story. They say that I don't believe in me. They say that I'm not worthy. They say that I'm not worth the squeeze. And I'm here to remind us all that you absolutely are worth it. Your life is worth living. Someone right now may be thinking about, right? May feel like they're at the edge. May feel like they don't have any hope. They may feel like they're not loved. They're not appreciated. But I'm here to remind you that you're absolutely freaking worth it. I love you. I appreciate you. I want to see you win. I want to see you become the best version of yourself. I want to see your life transform. I want to see you realize your potential. I want to see all of that. So if no one's ever told you that, I'm telling you that on today. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I absolutely want to see each and every one of us win. Now, I need you to buy in. I need you to remind yourself that your peace of mind is worth it. Worth what? Worth whatever it takes. Whatever the cost is, that's what the cost is. It's worth whatever you need to invest, whatever time, whatever energy, whatever effort, whatever finances, whatever you need to do, whatever adjustments you need to make in your life to secure your peace of mind. To secure your peace of mind is absolutely worth it, right? Your healthy relationships are worth it. Healthy relationships are worth it. If you have relationships right now that are unhealthy, right, that aren't feeding you positively, that aren't helping you move forward, you need to reevaluate those relationships. I'm not saying we can just throw everyone in the trash and just abandon humanity, but what you can do is you can set some healthy boundaries. You can start to treat yourself with a little more respect. You can start to treat yourself with the value that you truly have. And you can engage in less unhealthy conversations. You can engage in less unhealthy environments. What do I mean? You don't have to go hang out over there if you know that's one of the things that's draining you. You don't have to engage in those conversations. You can leave that group chat or you can silence it. You don't have to be on that. You can audit your social media page and you can unfollow all the negative, right? You can reset the algorithm so that you can start being fed more positive things versus negative things, right? You can start to invest in yourself. You can read, you can study, you can listen, you can learn, you can grow. You have the ability to absolutely transform your life. Why did I say that in connection with relationships? Because it's about us. We often, when we think about relationships and we want things to be healthy, we think about what everyone else needs to do, what everyone else ought to do. But we take us everywhere we go. So if you pick up now and you move to a new city because you're going to start over, newsflash, you take you everywhere you go. So the work needs to be done within. And are you worth the work? Absolutely, you're worth the work. You're absolutely worth it. Everything you desire, your dreams are worth it. They're worth the work. They're worth the investment. Like, why wouldn't they be? Because I went through this, and because you don't understand it, because this happened in my life, and because we all have a story. We all have a story. We all have a list of reasons / excuses as to why. We all have a bunch of reasons why it's okay for us to feel a little crappy today. We all have those list of reasons, but there's also a list of reasons why we can stand up. There's also a list of reasons why we can push past that and go ahead and make that investment and believe in ourselves. There's always another side to that story. It's just a matter of which side we're going to choose. There's always a healthy way to look at a situation. There's always another perspective. So what are you saying? I'm saying, yes, we are worth it. Yes, we do deserve love and appreciation. And if we understand that there's always another way to look at a situation and we're looking at it through a negative lens, wouldn't it benefit us to look at it through a different, right? Wouldn't it make sense for us wouldn't it make sense to invest in ourselves? Wouldn't it make sense to encourage ourselves? Wouldn't it make sense to do things that are in our own best interests? We are absolutely worth it. So many of us, I'm telling you, every conversation I have, and I'm the person who has the conversations with people. Oh, I see your comments over there, Melissa. I'm gonna jump on them in just a second. We're absolutely worth it. And so many of us, our lives are reflecting that we don't believe we're worthy. Let me say that again. Our lives, the way we live our lives is a reflection. It tells a story. It tells us that we don't believe that we're worthy. And I'm telling you, when it shows itself in our lives. And then when you have a conversation, the things that people say, it hurts my soul. I'm just like, what? Is that what you believe about you? I want to go punch someone in the face. Like, why is this young man? Why is this young lady? Why is this man? Why is this one? What? Why is she walking around thinking that because of seeds that were planted? And why did I believe that? I'm telling you, sometimes it angers me sometimes because it's literally, it's the vast majority of people, and it shows in our behavior. And we can get into that in a second. Let me see what's going on over here. Yes, yes, we are definitely much stronger than the negativity. I like that, right? She said we're much stronger than the negativity that exists in this world. I believe that's true, but positivity is so quiet. Positivity is quiet, and most people shy away. My man SJ is on here, right? He used to tell us, he tells a story about a person that was in the neighborhood back in the day. And when he was not trying to live right, not trying to stand up and bring his potential forward, right? He was out doing what he was doing, and this person, every time he would see this person coming, he would duck him. Oh, hey, come on, man. I don't want to hear that positive stuff today. I don't want to hear that today because it's challenging, right? When I walk in the room, you're like, oh boy. Because when I walk in the room, I force you to stand up a little taller. I force you to check yourself. Some people have that sort of energy, and that person in his neighborhood had that sort of energy. He didn't want to hear it at that point. And so many of us, that's the case. So many of us, that's the case. And that's the sad truth of the world that we live in. Negativity is loud. Negativity gets airplay. Negativity gets likes and shares and reads and all the things. But positivity is quiet. It's almost to the point where people are embarrassed by positivity. People are in bed. So think about it. Think about the way. So I'm from the hood. So think about the way some of us grew up. There was no shame in going to the bar. There was no shame in going to the club. There was no shame in doing negative things. Let somebody say they was going to church. Come on, talk back at me. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Let somebody say they're going to this men's retreat. Oh, what? A bunch of men going where to do what? Huh? What? Huh? People scared of that. But if it's like, all right, come on, we out. We're going to the strip club. Oh, come on, let's do it. Interesting, right? Interesting. Right? And I ain't mad at the strip club. I ain't mad at the bar. I ain't mad at the club. I've done it all. But it's just so funny how we will stand and gladly, proudly announce, it's the weekend. I'm about to, right? Not water, clearly. I'm about to do this, that, and the third. But when it comes to something positive, when it comes to investing in ourselves, when it comes to doing it, when it comes to saving our own lives, that's a whisper. That's quiet. That's a whisper. That's quiet. Look, perfect example, right? Perfect example. It was a whole bunch of people in the room. I started talking positive, everybody left. If I came on here gossiping, I'm telling you, if I was gossiping, if I was talking crazy, it would be 1,000 people in the room listening, locked in, sharing it with their friends, recording the screen, following all the things. But when you're speaking from a place of positivity, when you want to encourage someone, when you start the conversation by saying you are worth it, you're worthy, the juice is worth the squeeze, your dreams are worth investing in, your goals are worth investing in, your life is worth living, everybody runs away. But the sad part is we all need to hear that conversation. It's an interesting world that we live in. So those of us that are positive, right? Those of us that are committed to living fully, to living out loud, to spreading a message of positivity, don't get discouraged. Do not get discouraged. Why? Because the juice is worth the squeeze, right? It's worth it. It's worth it for me to stand here and share some insight with a handful of people, because if one person is inspired, if one person is encouraged, that's one life that's changed. That's one family that's impacted. That's one community that can be transformed through that impact. So it's worth it. So don't get discouraged. When you start to change your life, all of a sudden your friends start getting goofy on you, right? Let's just say positivity is the kryptonite. Exactly. It's so crazy. But think about what happens. You want to make some changes. You want to do some things. You want to start investing in yourself. You want to start getting yourself together. All of a sudden, everybody start to vanish. Say you want to go turn up. Watch what happens. Watch how many people flock to you. And again, I'm not throwing stones. I'm just saying it's okay. You're worth it. You're worth going through a season where you have to be alone while you work on yourself. You're worth that. You're worth investing the time because you have the time. Your energy is worth investing in you. Your time, your energy, your effort, you're worth it. You're worth investing in. You're worth learning that new skill so you can get that better position at work. So you can, right? You're worth that. You're worth speaking up, standing up and speaking up for yourself. You're worth investigating. What do you mean investigating? Some of us don't even know who we are. Some of us don't even know who we like. Some of us have just been falling in line our whole lives. We've been told what to do, where to go, when to do it, how to do it, what to do. And we're good followers. We're like the stormtroopers, the dudes, the all white joints on Star Wars. We just fall in line. You can't tell one from the other. So some of us need to invest some time getting to know ourselves. Whatever it might be, it's worth it. Some of us are miserable on the inside, and we don't like the job. We don't like the address. We don't like the car. We don't like what we have in the closet. We don't like all these things, but we don't feel like we're worthy of going the extra mile to invest in ourselves. Why not? We absolutely are. So don't let people, places, and things. Don't let not having people buy in and immediately support your growth and your transformation. Don't let that discourage you. You're worth it. You're absolutely worth it. I know I'm worth it. And once upon a time, I didn't believe that to be so. And not that I never said I'm not worth it, but again, the way that I thought, the way that I saw myself, the way that I engaged with me, right? The way that I walked in rooms, the way that I conducted myself, the places I took me, right? The conversations I engaged in, or I didn't speak up, I didn't engage in. All of those things said that I didn't believe that I was worthy. So I never made a declaration, hello, I'm not worthy, and I held up a sign, but my life was a reflection of such, right? When I let myself go, so to speak, right? I've been a every week haircut person since middle school. I went through a season where I was going to the barbershop once in a while. That's crazy. I've been an athlete my entire life. I went through a season where I was out of shape and gaining some weight. And I saw some pictures and I had like the fat face. And I'm like, what in the world? Who is dude? And it shook me to my core. But guess what I did about it? Nothing. Because at the time, I didn't see the worth. I didn't see the worthiness. So just because you're not declaring that you're not worthy, your actions can show it. The way you think shows it. The way you speak shows it. Your actions or lack thereof. Because if I believe I'm worthy, when I see the value in me, then I'm willing to invest in me. But so many of us are unwilling to invest. Listen, she said society, right? This is why we need to build our own identity. Exactly. And that's exactly what I'm proposing, right? That we get to the point that we invest in ourselves, that we learn to think for ourselves, that we think in our own best interest, think thoughts that are in our own best interest, that we speak words that are in our best interest, that we form the identity that we want. We invest in ourselves. We decide who we want to become, and we work to close the gap, pardon me, from where we are to where we want to be. I just had like 38 thoughts at one time. I just had a moment. Had to shake it off and bring myself here to the moment. So, pardon me. So, yes, identity. I'm glad you said that. And that's something that I talk about all the time, right? Because identity is something that sometimes we feel like we're just stuck. This version of me, I created him. This is not the same guy I was a few years ago. This is not the same guy I was. So I made a decision. And every day I continue to make decisions to create the identity of the person that I want to become. How do I do that? By installing habits and rituals in my daily life, by, again, thinking empowering thoughts, by having a vision for myself. Who do I want to become? What do I want to accomplish? Where do I want to go? And when I get clear on that, I set my life up to move me again from where I am to where I want to be. That's how you create your identity. So as you stand right now, if you're unhappy with some areas, right? If there's some areas of lack, if there's some things you want to change, you're fully empowered to change that. But you have to be willing to invest in yourself. That's why I said, thank y'all. The juice is worth the squeeze, right? You can totally transform your identity. If you know what, I want to become this. I want to do this. I want to look this way. I want to feel this way. I want to be able to do this. I want to have this level of confidence. I want to. You absolutely can. And you should. So you're absolutely right. She said we have to build our own identity. Build. Exactly. Meaning taking the bits and pieces and putting something together. But we need a blueprint. We need a target. We need something to go after. And we have to project that out in front of us so we can move toward it and make it happen. So you're not stuck where you are. You're not doomed you're not doomed to that particular job. You're not doomed to that particular relationship. You're not doomed to that particular home. You're not doomed to that particular community. You're not doomed to that particular version of your body. No. You can literally start right now, this morning. Literally right now, you can start transforming that. You can literally start, you can start healing mentally and emotionally. You can rid yourself of anxiety and depression. You can start working on yourself physically. Matter of fact, stand up right now. That's working on it. You sitting down, chilling, stand up. Right? He said he's standing and speaking. Let me stand up with him. right? Thank you. My man he said bend reality. And that's a concept that he dropped some years ago that I thank you for that. But that's exactly what we can do. That's what we do. I'm living proof. And we all are. You've all done it at some point in time in our lives. We've all bent reality. So we know it's possible. We see it all the time. We see the before and after. Hell, barbers and hairstylists bend reality every day. You walk in the salon looking one way, you come out looking a whole different way. Walk in the barbershop looking one way, come out a whole, they've been reality. Wow, they make some choices, they learn some skills, and they put those skills to use. And before you know it, boom, hour later, you're a different person. So we can absolutely do that. But we have to believe that we're worth it. We have to believe that, again, what do we say? The juice is worth the squeeze. We have to decide that this is what we absolutely want, and that this is what we're going to prioritize. This, yes, our next level, your growth, your transformation. We have to prioritize us. We have to prioritize our well-being. So if depression has you in the chokehold, like it had me for a couple decades, if depression has you in a chokehold, you can free yourself from that. If you're a rampant overthinker and you just can't get anything done because you're constantly overthinking, playing out all those scenarios, and anxiety has you in the chokehold, like it had me for a couple decades. Yeah, both had me in the chokehold. They were just beating me down. Yesterday was hitting me upside my head, and tomorrow was hitting me upside my head. They were both just holding me down, wouldn't let me go. But I kept fighting, and I kept fighting, and I kept fighting, because somewhere down on the inside, maybe I guess I thought I was worth it. No, I'm lying. I'm lying, because in the beginning of the fight, I'm a dad. I'm raising boys. And so it was the fact that I knew that I needed to be better for them. So sometimes, right, before, maybe I don't feel like I'm worthy, but maybe I look around, look for a cause, look for a person, look for something bigger than me, right? Something to lean into and invest in, until my self-image starts to, right? Until my self-esteem starts to, until my and then my relationship with me can get better. So my relationship with me was healed via me attempting to heal my relationship with my children. Not so much heal that relationship, but be better for them. Because I'm grateful to God. We've always had amazing relationships through everything. But there was a season where I didn't look in the mirror and say, man, I got to do better, man. I'm worth it. No, it was, whoo, I got these boys. And like, this world is not set up for them to be successful. And I'm going to do everything I can to be the best version of me, so that they can. And then along the way, during that process, I started to realize how dope I was, and how much I needed to be awesome, how much I needed to show up, and how much me investing in me was the actual thing that began to show them, right, how much they're worth investing in. So you're worth it. You're absolutely worth it. But you have to tell yourself that story. Exactly. Melissa said we sure can. There's absolutely nothing we can't do. Of course, exactly. But we have to believe that. We have to buy into that. Because everything in our lives is just a story. What do you mean? Everything is perspective. Perspective is everything. And so what happens is, we look at a situation. The situation is a situation. This is just a book, right? To someone, it may balance their coffee table, right? The coffee table might be a little lean. They might put this under there and it balances the coffee table, right? To someone else, this is the very thing that totally transformed their lives, right? For someone else, it's right. You just don't understand that. Thank you. So let me bring it in, right? Here's what I believe. I believe that decades struggling with anxiety and depression, didn't have a name for it, didn't understand, didn't have the tools. But as I began to learn and grow, I'm like, yesterday and tomorrow were robbing me of all my todays. And I was stuck in that vicious cycle. Now I live fully today. So my favorite quote is, above all else, be present. That's a product of that battle to shake free from depression and anxiety. So here's what I believe. I believe that you're absolutely worth it. I believe that your mental and emotional health is worth it. I believe that your physical health is worth it. I believe that you having healthy relationships is worth it. I believe that you excelling in your career slash business is worth it. I believe that you walking in your purpose is worth it. I believe you being the best parent you can be is worth it. I believe you being the best human you can be is worth it. I believe you making the most money you can possibly make is worth it. I believe you bringing your dreams to reality is absolutely freaking worth it. I believe it. I believe it with everything in me. And if you would believe it just a little bit and start investing in yourself, start thinking thoughts, speaking words, and taking actions that are in your own best interest, your life will totally transform. And you can build, thank you for that, Melissa, you can build the identity that you desire to build for yourself. That's what I'm gonna leave y'all with. The juice is worth the squeeze, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And if anyone is struggling and you need some help, send me a message. Say I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to transform. And let's rock and roll. I truly, truly appreciate y'all. So anyway, I'm going to dash. I have some work to do. I'll see y'all fine folks later. Appreciate it. I love that. She said, we must write our next line of our life's destiny. Exactly. We hold the pen. We get to do that. This was fun. Have an awesome day, Melissa. Thanks for tapping in. I truly, truly appreciate the support.